Hey everyone, welcome to the Rooster Podcast. This week brought to you by I'm Gus.
I'm Gavin.
I'm Blaine.
I am Bernie Burns.
And I'm Gus. So right before we started, you said something interesting I've never thought about.
What's that?
You said, what if we all learn to play musical instruments to learn to play the RT Podcast theme
Oh, is
song?
that
I didn't want to learn how to play the instruments. I just want to learn how to play the exact bit of the intro, and we all have a different instrument. and see
What
if we can do it.
instruments are used to make the RT Podcast theme song?
Well, there's some brass up in there, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a
a bit of sax.
saxophone.
little saxophone, I would say.
And then there's like the
I heard bongos.
He's an alto sax. Is it alto or alto?
Alto.
Alto? Alto?
Alto?
Alto.
I call saxophone.
Altoids.
You want to do the saxophone?
Sure.
That's got to be the hardest one.
Is it? What's
that's
the easiest
like-
one? Bongos? I call bongos. I went from the hardest to the easiest.
Can we play the theme song again? Can we have that where we can cue it up and play it again?
I don't know if they can. They're looking. They're trying to figure it out.
Well, let's just, okay, thanks for
I see a lot of
thanks
this.
for joining us on this podcast.
Never us.
We'll be right back with a new podcast. Just act like we're starting over again.
All right, I'm gonna listen out for instruments. Sax.
There's definitely
Not
another
many.
horn in the back that goes,
Yeah, that's the one that like.
I heard a bass guitar, I think. Yeah.
We could do it. Let's do it.
it's just gonna be
The thing is,
terrible.
I'm afraid.
Let's give ourselves 1 week.
I'm
Next
all about
Monday,
it. I'm
go
all
for
about
it.
it.
Did we have somebody make that for us, or did we
Yeah.
find that from a royalty-free site?
No, I think it was it's a custom bit.
Because I've been finding, like, I heard a commercial play like the $1 Million Butt theme song the other day. I was like, oh, it's just wrong.
The one for the gauntlet would show up everywhere all the time.
That
Oh yeah.
was like a local commercial.
You
I
know,
think.
when we made the aesthetic for that show, I never thought that the Infinity Gauntlet would become like a real thing that was in mainstream culture. And then like did that predate most of the Marvel movies? The Gauntlet stuff that we did? The first
Yeah,
one?
what year was the Gauntlet? We were in Buda? Were we in? No, we were in 636 by then.
We were definitely in 6.
Wait, you
So that
you
would've
talking
been-
about our gauntlet?
Yeah, the original Gauntlet.
Yeah, that was way into 636.
So it was like 09 or 10?
Are you talking about?
No,
Are you talking about
it's
Gauntlet
like
season 2 or season 1? Though,
13, not 12 or 13.
No, that's like 2.
No, get out of here, Gavin. You're crazy. Actually, it was the first thing. Yeah, the episode 1 aired on November 12th, 2012.
2014.
So I was right.
I was
You
right.
said 2013.
Yeah, I was right
I
too.
said 12, 13.
I was just as right as you.
Bullshit.
12, 13 is like
I
middle
said
ages.
Season 1 and 2.
Gavin's not caught up on Game of Thrones, apparently.
No, I was lying.
We had Game of Thrones in my house. Gus, you'll be happy to know I didn't even invite you.
Oh,
So
yeah, that's great.
You're now removed from the process entirely.
So the first Iron Man came out in 2008.
So same year.
Yeah.
No way to predict it.
I gotta say, I felt like this episode of Game of
Obama.
Thrones, people on social media were really cavalier with the spoilers as soon as the episode was over.
It's not a spoiler after the episode comes out.
Yeah,
But
don't-
people have been
my perspective on
very, very quiet about stuff like that when the episode comes out. But this one, it was like immediately people all made the same stupid joke.
I watched it. Oh, the blue.
Yeah, it was like immediately like, cool. Everyone's making the exact same joke.
I like watched it at 9 p.m. and I, like starting at 8:30, I was just like not gonna touch my phone, even for texts. So I was just like avoid.
I wait for it to be on HBO Go because it starts the same time that it airs on TV, and then I skip to the end and I watch the ending.
I gotta go home and work on this tonight. Does your HBO Go? Do you watch it on what device? Do you watch it?
PlayStation 4.
Hexbox,
You watch it on the Xbox
Xbox
One.
One.
I'm assuming.
terrible.
Okay, are the blacks like ultra compressed?
Yep, it's compressed. The bit rate's too low. It's like there's like 3 different blacks,
okay.
and it's
That's like a gradient. Yeah, and you
but
can watch it
that's
move.
most streaming.
Okay.
That's why I buy Blu-ray still, is because you can still get the nice gradient from gray to black.
Okay.
Awful, especially on Game of Thrones.
I was gonna go home and spend like an hour with my TV because I have people over all the time to watch Game of Thrones. Gavin, you did get an invite. You declined.
I did.
Blaine, you also got an invite. You declined.
I at least say, hey,
You
I told
declined.
you the truth. I told him the truth.
He did.
I came up and I was like, listen,
he's your protege right
I was
here.
like, I'm sorry, but I've seen, I like Gus's, I'm going with Gus's idea that Game of Thrones is better when you view
Who'd
it
you watch it with?
That's right.
myself
true.
in my large home slice pizza.
and he didn't want people. I figured that was also part of it. You know, I would eat half your home slice.
Yeah, the last time you invited me over, I was considering bringing a Via 313 pizza and just not letting anybody eat it. Just being like, I'm sorry, it's pizza day. This is very socially retarded for me to do this, but I'm not letting anybody eat it. So I
Just open it and just gob right in the middle of it.
But the
How many people did you have over?
we were originally gonna have 11, but
Too many.
Two of them dropped out at the last minute.
See, for an
Wait.
episode that long, that's way too many.
Got
people.
down to 9.
Is it is there a technical reason that you use HBO Go instead of just watching it off of like your DVR?
I don't have a DVR. That would be the technical reason.
Well, also the technical reason would be that it's not 1080p.
Yeah, it's true. It's
Evidence-
1080i.
TV doesn't do that.
I don't care about that. The
But
compression's getting to
are
me.
you willing to take that sacrifice for the compression?
Yeah, resolution I get over fast. I do. But the compression stuff is just like the blacks, because there's a lot of blacks when they're in like Winterfell and they're in the dungeon
I
or
didn't
whatever.
notice.
It should
in
be
the catacombs.
It should be custom for that show. Like they should. I guess they should up the bitrate on that show, but with so many people watching at the same time, that's probably a reason to make it much lower than other shows.
I was at a viewing party. It wasn't yours, but this was the one that was like, it really brought to my attention. I need to watch these alone because people were talking at that thing. But the guy had one of those adjusting TVs. Like the TV would like,
God.
No, motion smoothing?
yeah, and it was fucking garbage. And the blacks were like,
Oh, God damn it. Is
Well,
that
do
bad?
the hand spin.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah,
it properly.
do a hand spin. The worst part is I bought her this costume.
You bought her that?
Like 3 weeks ago, I bought her this costume. How long? Why did it take you so long to do this?
Because I haven't been on a podcast.
Where are you? I can't see you anywhere. It's weird. I looked over and she wasn't there. She was like an AR thing.
Yeah, you bought this like 3 weeks ago. I thought you forgot about it by now.
Little relish and everything else.
So you're-
I had forgotten about it. I had totally forgotten about it.
You're not on the podcast just because you're not. You're just no reason.
Just hot dogging it up. Barbara came to Game of Thrones tonight.
How was it? Too many people?
I had
No,
an,
it's the perfect amount.
I had an insider source tell me that there was way too much fucking talking.
Who talks? Who talks?
Barbara is, by the way, your inside source, I can say, is correct.
Handheld mic.
And
There was too much talking.
there was.
Talking.
That's awful.
There was.
That's awful.
There was too much
Who was
talking.
talking?
Any talking is too much talking. Did anybody talk at all?
I mean,
Okay.
listen, everybody talked. I'm telling him he's right.
Were
The
you
inside
talking?
source, there was too much talking. There were people that were talking, and you would shush them, and they would go. They would still keep talking after you shushed them, and it like
But they would just lower it slightly down.
no, not even.
No?
That would be the
Look,
courteous
this
thing
isn't
to
just
do.
any old TV show.
I want to go now.
Name and
They
shame.
brought you a mic.
Barbara,
wasn't
were
you,
you
Barb?
talking?
By
I was talking in the sense where I was like going like, oh, whoa.
Were you drunk?
No.
Okay.
She was just going, oh,
Who was the worst?
but she did it like the entire episode. Oh, whoa! Like even the middle of dialogue.
it's like, come on, it's just the opening credits.
And she would dance like a hot dog. I'm not gonna throw anybody to the bus. I don't think the audience would even know who some of the people were.
I know.
Oh, I know who it is.
By Barbara.
But there were people who were like the whole time, and I was every time I thought, "Blame made the right call." I really did. You made the right
Oh, I'm
call.
glad you're thinking of me.
The only time I ever silence my phone is when I go to sleep and when Game of Thrones is on. Like I don't even want any alerts or anything.
Do not disturb.
There
mode.
could be an emergency. Don't care.
I'm also worried though that Bernie and Ashley are going to try to get their revenge and spoil it. Like send me a spoiler as soon as
You didn't spoil it. I was just fucking with you that night.
I was terrified. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm
You
gonna
want
get fired.
to explain? I don't think you've said what you're
We
talking about.
were in Mexico. Ashley and I went on a short little trip to Mexico, and we were going to watch Game of Thrones, but we were at dinner, and for whatever reason, Blaine just started texting Ashley in the middle of dinner and like started texting her about Game of Thrones. And then I wrote it
Yeah,
on
I'd
my
fire
phone.
him for that.
I said, "Stop texting Ashley." And then I realized after I wrote that I needed to explain that it was about Game of Thrones because I just sounded like I was mean to Blaine, saying, "Don't text my girlfriend." But I was like, "We haven't watched Game of Thrones yet."
I
And
was
then he
searching
got
through
really
all these
upset.
scenarios. I was like, oh god, what have I done? But I was just like sitting theories because it was like super hyped from the episode, and Ashley like of everyone that I know, I think Ashley knows the most about Game of Thrones. So I was like, oh, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? Totally didn't realize you guys were in Mexico.
I should
I
point
think-
out, by the way, that it's kind of rough because next week we're trying to figure out how they're going to do it. But they do Gus, you're on it, I believe. They do the Game of Thrones live stream every Monday. The Know Your
Oh,
Throne.
right, yeah.
You've been on that a couple times
Yes.
at least, right? Yeah. It's usually her and Reisinger, and they go freaking deep into it. So if you really want to talk about Game of Thrones, every Monday they do the live stream. They did today at like noon or something like that, and then they post it up on the No
2 or
channel
3
as well.
p.m.
Let me ask her. Let's tell us about it.
Do you? I think I talked about this after the last episode of Game of Thrones, but I feel like it's been kind of reinforced again with this episode about how they really don't want to. The stakes are not raised. Like I feel like nobody's actually in danger.
I couldn't agree more.
People are close to danger, and then they get out of it.
They now have red shirt characters.
Yes, I knew that. Like
Yeah,
you didn't
me
see those
too.
red shirts at the end of the last episode.
No.
I saw them at the beginning of this one. I was like, oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Those are the people.
Well, I saw them in the back because they were like hauling something, and I was like, yeah, those guys are gonna be the first to go. But I went into this episode thinking that only 2 mains were gonna survive, and well, stuff happens. But like, yeah, I was pretty disappointed because I feel like they kind of like lost their balls a little bit. Still thought it was an okay episode.
I was kind of hoping the first episode of the season, they would just immediately kill someone.
Yeah, like a big death.
Right.
I think the next episode they have to have like they're gonna have two. Huge,
Everyone who's left at this point is years of dedication of fans. Like who are your 2 favorite characters that are left in the show?
Bronn.
This could be a spoiler if you're not paying attention to the show at all. Sorry. Who's left?
My
Bronn?
favorite character from the beginning is still alive.
Who is it?
Jorah Mormont.
Jorah Mormont.
That's a good one.
Jorah Mormont and Jaime Lannister are my 2 favorite characters.
Just-
I love them both.
think
I like
Bronn-
Jorah just because he's always got your back. He's just so loyal, even though he was a traitor. At the
I like Arya.
It's Braun in a toss up between Jamie and fucking never mind. Hound.
Hound. Yeah.
I've liked Hound since the
Sandor,
first
Clegane.
episode. Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
is it Sandor or Gregor?
Sandor.
Gregor's is big.
Gregor's
I always
is-
get him fucking.
Yeah,
Gregor's the
Gregor's-
mountain.
The mountain. Yeah.
Still alive
Still alive.
somehow.
So I have a theory. I guess this could potentially be a spoiler.
Yeah.
I have a theory, and it explains Hard Home as well. Hard Home, we just watched that episode, which, by the way, was season 5. That was 2 seasons ago that they had Hard Home.
The old
Yeah, that's when the dead totally overran that wildling
Yeah,
fort.
like double
and they had
their
that
army.
really awesome chiefess character who was in it. She was fucking incredible. So probably one of the best smaller characters in the entire Game of Thrones
sends their
series.
kids off,
Yep. And then gets attacked by those kids. This is all season 5 stuff. This is 2 years ago.
and she wakes back up.
But the end of that scene is very formative for the series. That's when the Night King and Jon Snow are just staring each other down, and Jon Snow's just in a rowboat. But the dead are less than 50 yards away.
Yeah.
They're just on the shore. I have a theory based on last night. I don't think that the dead can cross water, which is why they have to wait for winter. Because they cannot physically cross water.
So they have to let the rivers freeze over.
They have to freeze the rivers and the lakes and everything have to freeze over in order for them to cross them.
So they should have just built
Interesting.
moats instead of walls.
That's what I was one. Yeah, because I think about the World War Z and zombies and how they behave underwater. Mm-hmm. And I feel
walk.
we didn't see any kind of equivalency.
By the way, 7 Days to Die, they do that. Which they just did a big update for 7 Days to Die. Are you playing it all?
No,
It's a really great game. Rising's playing. We actually just I just ordered a community server for it. But unfortunately, you can only have 24 slots. So it's just small enough to where I think I'll make it available to first members or something. We're trying to figure out how to do community servers. But the big thing in the new 7 Days to Die update, Gavin, I know you're familiar with the game, is there's a shitload more or less wandering herds of zombies. 10 to 15 zombies. Ash, you want to tell us about the Know Your Throne stuff? Anybody got a mic for?
they're running it. You don't have to run.
So
Be safe.
explain how the live stream works, and I know this is kind of bad because next week's kind of wonky, but
Yeah, we're just live streaming basically a spoiler cast of each episode of Game of Thrones on the No YouTube channel every week.
And
Mostly as an excuse to talk about it and get paid for it, and it's fun.
who's on it?
It depends on who's available. I've been on most of them. Gus, Blaine, John, Adam.
Blaine, you not?
Yeah, 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, so it's a lot of fun.
Did you not watch?
Mostly because it's cool because we can get corrections from
spoil.
chat and we have all our theories.
There's a lot of chat interaction, which is one of the things I like about doing that is the back and forth, them spitting ideas or going off of things that we say as well.
I did not look at chat though, because I got something spoiled from this latest episode from just a little speech blurb, and I was like,
Ash got everything spoiled from this episode for chat. Everything for this last episode.
from chat.
From moderating comments on YouTube, trying to delete them for other people.
Nah.
I took the bullet. I did it.
You look like you're in a Game of Thrones scene with that throne behind you. That it's the Heroes and Halfwits DM chair, I think, is behind you.
yes.
Bring me wine.
Look at that. If you had a flagon of wine, it's even the way it's lit and everything.
If the
you'd
lights
look
were flickering.
and if
like
your torch was on
light.
fire,
Yeah.
or your microphone was on fire.
And if there were more naked people back
And
here.
if there were,
Yes.
but if you were in season 1, we've been watching season 1 lately. That show is way more nude in season 1. Way more nude. Everybody's naked.
It's also
I've
Fucking
watched the
Hodor's
entire
naked.
thing. Yeah, it's
Oh,
big,
yeah.
big old
Dude,
prosthetic cock
Hodor
on.
is a shower.
All right, we don't need to go crazy about it.
You know that Hodor is taller than the mountain
oh, what?
in real life.
That's
That guy
crazy.
is taller.
I
I believe it. Thanks, Ash.
Story wise, that makes sense though, because that's an angle. Because he's got part giant's blood in him. So.
Who does?
Hodor?
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's.
How would he have part giant's blood? I think the wildling says that.
Oh, I just ran with that.
But how would that?
think
At some point, somebody banged a giant.
Yeah.
Why not?
Oh, that big D.
All you need is the sperm.
Maybe just splash.
It's how you get it. That's the problem.
No, it could be a male human banging a giant female.
How does that work?
Climb on up.
You go like this, but it's really more like
Wait,
this.
a male human banging a giant
Yeah.
female? That's
What if
not
their
gonna work.
vaginas are the same
it's
size?
like a micro penis, right? It's like it's not huge, but you work with what you got.
You'd have to have a good throw distance. I feel like in order
You have
to
like
get,
two dudes opening it up.
walk in.
Yeah, fucking do your business.
Yeah,
Man, I have no idea how we ended up here. I really apologize.
I have tons of theories. We shouldn't talk about Game of Thrones.
Okay, let's be done talking.
Does spoiler cast not perform well? Can we
No.
do one after the podcast, the post show, or is that gonna?
They don't typically do well. I think like
Because you're really segmenting your audience at that point.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
to like the people who care about Game of Thrones and the people who don't want it spoiled won't watch.
Sure.
I mean, the other way
they
around.
have to watch us and also watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
That's basically you get this Venn diagram.
flow chart goes
and you
pretty
limit
deep.
everything.
Makes sense.
Also, honestly, people want us to discuss it, but then when we discuss it, they don't like our ideas. So it's kind of like because they have their own ideas and they can't voice them as easily as we can. So yeah, spoiler cast in general just don't do great.
Gotcha.
But Game of Thrones is an excellent television program, and we highly recommend that you watch it.
Yes. It doesn't really get that many ratings in the grand scheme of things, though, right? Like, I mean, it's got like
it was-
18 million or something.
I think it was the biggest
which is
streaming
pretty
release
big,
ever.
but not like as big as like Walking Dead or something like that.
No, I think it does better than Walking Dead. I think the season premiere
Really?
this time was 10 million, and I always associate Walking Dead as like 6 to 7 million.
But do you need a subscription to watch Walking Dead?
No, you do not.
AMC? No, it's just
Well,
cable.
that's probably
Dude.
why if it does better.
AMC. I tried to watch Walking Dead like whatever this last season was, or the first Negan season, and I watched it on the AMC introduced a service through their website where you could watch it like an hour after it finishes the West Coast broadcast. You could then tune into the website and watch it, but they put commercial breaks in it, like not just running ads, but like commercial breaks. And literally, the first ad was like 1 of 7. And you had to sit through 7 30-second ads.
It's like conventional TV.
And it really did. Just that experience of sitting in the chair and watching what is a totally normal amount of ads for a television program versus what you're used to sitting in that chair. It's like I was like, this is unnavigable. I can't do this. I turned it off and I left.
The Adult Swim app did that for a Rick and Morty episode that I was watching the other night, and I saw that it was like a minute and a half long ad. So I muted it down. I said, Alexa, set an alarm for 90 seconds. Alexa, play me music. And I just laid in bed waiting for the ad to go by. I was like, I would rather lay here and stare at my blank wall listening to music than listen to a fucking ad.
That's crazy.
Speaking of ads,
Okay, segue. No. By the way, do you know you can change the name of your Alexa?
To Echo?
Yeah, or computer. So you just sit in your house and go, computer,
That's
turn
kind
the
of
lights.
cool.
Yeah, but think about how often you say computer.
Not that often. I don't talk to people in my house because I don't have anybody over.
Cortana on Xbox is worse than ever. Dog shit.
I had a game. Let me tell you
Anus.
something about that. I finally had to unplug my Kinect. I used it like you did occasionally to talk to it and complain about it. But I had a game the other day that I purchased, and I went to I downloaded it, went to launch it, and it said like the game booted up, and it said press A to start. Press A, nothing. Press A, nothing. I was like, all right, let me quit and restart the game. Quit the game, restart it. Press A, nothing. Hard booted my Xbox, booted back up, launched the game. Says hit A, nothing. So I look online, like, why the fuck can I play my game? It's like, oh, if you're having this problem, unplug your Kinect from your Xbox, hard boot it, and then it'll work.
Then you're done.
What is it
Never
doing?
plugged
I'm
it back
done.
in.
It's unplugged. It's
Done.
over. They fucking killed it. I unplugged it and I have not plugged it back in. I was like, fuck you. You released a game that makes me unplug the peripheral you tried so hard to push at launch.
So I'm in a
game?
constant loop.
Tacoma.
Ooh, I want to play that.
It's made by the people who made Gone Home.
Okay.
I'm in a constant loop
Good
where I'll say, Cortana, sign in as Gavin. And it will, put up on the screen what I said, sign in as Gavin. Then it'll send that shit to the internet and it will come back as sign in as Kevin. Like it spelled Gavin first. Sent that. I got it back as Kevin. It says there's no Kevin. I was like, but you know what I said. And there's an account. Just do it local. There's an account called Gavin. And then I'm like, Katana, go to Netflix. It takes me to download Netflix in the store. And on that page, or the page after it, you can't go voice command anymore. Like you're set into options where it's like you have to pick up a controller now. It's like, brilliant. You've just dead-ended me into the store. Prick.
In our house, I'm the only person who can be understood by the voice recognition stuff. Ashley just doesn't understand her. And if I make a suggestion to the richest man in the world, Jeff Bezos, now richest man in the world, by the way,
Oh, congrats.
for your Alexa, Echo Dot, whatever you want to call it, little piece of equipment, don't have it read you error messages. Just have it make a noise like just error, general error. I don't want to know.
I can't do this right now because of these reasons.
Right.
Like, it gives you a full fucking.
And you're
sentence.
waiting for the end of it, or it's like the variable is at the end of it. Like, I'm sorry, I can't find a device called spaghetti bowl. It's like that's not what I said at all. You know, it's like
Yeah, you just want it to be like, you are SOL.
yeah,
and
just
stop.
or just that's it. It's like I didn't get it. That's all the information I need is just no.
I started just telling her to shut up. I was like, no, stop it, shut up. And I'll like say.
Oh, before we go
So
on,
fucking annoying.
I do know that you can turn off Cortana and switch back to Xbox, and I have done that. But every few months, I try it again.
Oh,
I'm
do you?
like, they must have done it by now. Nope.
a thing that's pissing me off.
I think they've given up.
Also, we need a different name
it's
for the Echo when we talk about it on the podcast. Like we should call it like I was just say Alana, but that's actually a person we know.
Alana.
We should give it a random name so that we don't set off people's devices every time.
Call
we
it
talk
Andy.
about it.
Andy the Bomb.
Andy.
That's nice.
We're talking about Andy Blanchard, which I don't want to be accused of that ever.
Pornhub does this thing on their mobile devices.
Go ahead.
Where they open up your Snapchat. Not that I've had this happen to me,
What's
but
the
it'll
story?
happen. It'll pull up, and you'll be like, "Fuck."
So wait, you see your own face jerking off?
No, so it'll do this thing to where it's like there'll be an ad.
How
and
does that
like,
work?
I don't know, but it's happened to a friend of mine like 5
Yeah,
times.
to a friend of mine.
Did he
he
like
snap
panic
himself?
publish it?
No, it's I don't know what it's doing. I think it's trying to get you to add somebody, but it's just the second that you see your camera activating and then Snapchat's being pulled up, you're just immediately like, oh shit! Like you cover up your camera.
You're about to watch porn. You're probably in a state of.
Does this happen
undressed.
mid-video or like at the start of the video?
It starts when you're like clicking through the Pornhub website, according to my friend.
You can admit it's you. It's okay.
Long distance relationship, dude. You're gonna have to rely on certain
I don't know
things.
what you're talking about. But yeah, it's kind of fucked up, and I wish I wouldn't do that. I was thinking about tweeting him, then I was going to out myself like I am right now. I mean, my friend.
Yeah.
So that's great. You're
Technology
great,
sucks.
Hey, Twitter's not doing a thing apparently where if somebody messages me and says, "Bernie, honey doesn't spoil," I just extended that by another 2 years.
Like a DM.
Way to go.
If they say that on Twitter, and I reply back, "You're shut up. You're an idiot." It will then post to people who follow me, post the feed, and post our conversation.
You
up.
joined the conversation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then but they don't follow him.
Yeah.
That person, but they do follow me. So all of a sudden, it like elevates the whole conversation up to where they see the whole thing. That's a huge change.
Yeah,
to
why
Twitter.
why did they start doing that? Because I've noticed that too.
Because that's like making me quote tweet everybody. Basically, is what it's
Yeah.
turning everything all my replies into quote tweets.
It's garbage.
It's garbage.
Garbage.
It's garbage. It's garbage. Gavin,
Garbage.
there you go. Thank you.
It's rubbish.
Rubbish.
You know,
Basura, Gus.
basura. Thank you. That's trash. That is the language of my people.
see.
Let me read this thing here. I want to remind everyone this episode of the RT podcast is brought to you by.
All right, I have a question for Blaine Gibson.
Let's hear it.
You're big into nutrition and fitness.
Not right now, not.
You're in Jersey Mike's. What do you order?
Turkey sandwich with. Do they have wheat bread option?
I believe so.
That-
I normally get
If you
white.
can, you can do it.
Yeah.
Or you can do the sub in the sub and tub
Yep.
Without flair.
without fanfare.
Nah, I like bread. I mean, in like,
I like bread.
well, like carbs and fat, you need those. So yeah. Unless I'm like trying to get ripped for like RTX.
So just order the carbs and fat sub if you can. I want carbs and fat.
Man, I was at Whole Foods the other day, and they had like this little like pizza for one, right? Like it's in the refrigerated section. It's like you heat it up in the oven. It's not frozen. It's just like cool. You just heat it up and eat it. I was like, wow, that pizza looks really good. I'm gonna eat it. So I took it home, heated up the oven, put it in the oven, took it out, took a bite out of it, and I didn't realize that it was like some multi-grain crust thing, and it was like so chewy. It's like this would have been better if they put it on the cardboard. It was just like so. It made my jaw tired
you
to
said it was
eat
Whole
it.
Foods?
Yeah,
Do you feel healthy though?
I felt so fucking healthy.
We had a pizza today. We had an all hands meeting. They ordered pizza for it, and
I liked it.
Stack of boxes for that. It was like someone was starting a Minecraft house. It was just this massive tower, 2 of them of pizza boxes because there's so many people here eating pizza, and I guess we ordered like probably a pizza for every 2 or 3 people. So it was at least 100 to 150 pizzas. It's
a lot of
at the end of the day. But that I agree with you, Gavin. That pizza was awful, and I loved it. That was like one of like the like I don't know where it came from. Let's
It
not
was-
say it because
It was
like
ugly and shitty and delicious.
yeah,
I
it
like-
was so good though.
I've eaten at that place, and it's good if you eat there. But then I think something about the transport of it here.
No, but it was good.
Yeah,
but I
it's a good
recognized,
pizza.
but it looked terrible. and it seemed like it was made of terrible quality ingredients, but I loved every bite of it.
Anytime the cheese, you can see the cheese like sweating, after it's been kind of like sitting, it's just like, ah. But I still ate it too, yeah. Even though it's not Sunday.
Do you watch the eclipse?
I did. I freaked out a little bit today because I bought my kids like basically what looked like welding goggles, and then I bought them I gave them a couple different options. I really fucking did Teddy a solid. I bought a pair of Eclipse binoculars and gave those to him.
Oh, nice.
Shit.
He's starting at a new school today, so I wanted to make sure that he was like
Got laid.
Yeah, that's
got a leg up. Yeah, got laid in 6th grade with his binoculars.
That's a friend magnet.
Yeah, it was like almost like $50. But anyway,
that's not
yeah.
bad at all.
So I no for binoculars that
Yeah.
are like, but they're also like a one-use thing. I can pack them away till 2024 now.
Yeah, we got another
7 years.
solar eclipse right around the corner.
Yeah, it's coming any day.
Don't
now.
even bother putting them in storage.
Yeah. They'll probably find out it's like we're not using dark enough lenses. Anyway, I had a little bit of a freak out this morning because got all that stuff ready for them. They went off to school. And then of course, I get on the fucking internet and I find out that every pair of Eclipse glasses that anyone's ever bought are all counterfeit and they're going to burn your eyes out. So I'm like, fuck.
There was an elementary school here in Austin that had to cancel its eclipse viewing because the PTA realized all the eclipse glasses they bought were counterfeit.
But they tested them and said they felt like they were good enough, but they didn't feel secure, so they canceled it. Like some of them were bad. And some of
Surely,
them were
if
good.
you look through
Safe
them and the sun is a color, then they're good enough.
Okay, if you look through them and the
Well,
sun
well,
is
how could it not be a color?
Yours were
Like,
green.
If you can see the sun as orange or red, it's obviously canceling enough light to the point where it's not just like you're looking into light.
That's like,
like
not
a white light.
Gotcha.
How do you know? What an arbitrary distinction that you can see color.
What?
It's arbitrary.
Oh,
I
isn't
mean,
it? If you can see the color, it's not overexposed your eye.
Your
Otherwise,
eyes,
it'd be white.
yours were pretty bright. I put yours on. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, these are.
I was a little worried about it.
Mine were like, it was pretty nice.
I basically had the same ones. Teddy took some of the goggles. That's why I know those shitty spiked ones. Even my kids were like, oh, the kids will like these. They're cool. Kids took one look at those spike lenses and they were like, get that the fuck away.
they were awesome.
I'm not going anywhere near those. So they took the plain ones. Teddy took one of the plain pairs. I took the spiky pair. And then when I thought they were counterfeit, you know what my solution was as a dad? I went out with both pairs of glasses and stared at the sun for 3 minutes straight with them on, and then took them off and was fine. And then did it with the other pair and stared for 3 minutes straight.
But still, that's
Start looking in your eyes, see if they're like burnt.
I know. It's like well, I'm less worried about my vision than my kid's vision. So
I mean,
it's like,
even
I'll
the-
take-
it's still a better approach than the Donald Trump approach.
Just looking and squinting.
listen.
To be fair,
yeah, go ahead, Blaine.
well, to be fair, like that was he looked up at it and then like looked back down. So like,
It's still a great
I feel
photo.
Like everybody, it's a
It's a
great photo,
good
but
photo.
everybody did it. But like,
everybody, that's the point. Everybody did that. You didn't look at the sun.
I did not look up.
I didn't look at the sun. You can't see an eclipse
for
with
a
your
brief
eye.
second,
But I'm still gonna look at it, dummy.
It like blows around the moon. You
my
can't even-
goggles got moved to where I could see it, and I was like, oh. So it happened briefly, but I wasn't like, I keep looking at that light like it's the sun, and it's actually hurting my eyes.
I mean, unless you're like right under totality, you can't see the crescent, right?
I'm still gonna look.
Why?
Just
He-
for a second.
He
It's like,
did look twice though. Like,
so what?
he,
So
he,
what?
he like looked at it and was like, oh, put his
I mean-
goggles on.
The president should have better PR. He should have someone, which it looks like he's just standing there staring at the sun because it's a photo. If you look at the video of it, he does this. Here's literally what
Hold
he
on,
does.
let's get some video, Bernie.
He's like talking and he's like, da, 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 da. And he looks up and he goes, like that. That's literally what he does.
Yeah.
Everybody did that. Everybody
I did not do that.
I didn't do that.
Get out of here.
Man, do you feel like there was a lot of cynicism on social media about the eclipse?
It's just hype. People can't stand hype anymore. Everyone's mad about everything now.
I felt like a lot of people
I
like,
saw some
I'm so
mean-
over the eclipse. I
Mean
don't
tweets
care.
about like, oh, can't wait to go out and see the sun disappear. Like making fun of people. Most people haven't seen one, right?
Yeah, I haven't. I wasn't born when the last one was around.
I
They
saw
keep
one in
showing
England, but it
photos
was-
of them from like 7 years ago in place. I'm like, I don't remember that being discussed at all.
because it didn't.
This was a
pass through the States,
phenomenon.
right?
Oh, really?
Everyone was talking about it.
I had one at school in the 90s in the UK that it was a big deal at the time. Everyone was doing the pinhole through on the sheet to see the crescent.
It's really cool when the sun comes through the leaves of trees and then
Yeah,
all
there's tons of
it's like
moons.
crescent.
The bokeh. You can do that with a camera lens. You can take a piece of construction paper and you can put it over the front of the lens, like a black piece of construction paper, and then you can cut a shape. Like in this case, it would be a crescent moon, or you can do a star or hearts. And then, like if you have a photo of you, if I'm taking a photo of you guys and the depth of field is super shallow and the lights behind you those little light bulbs on your arrow sign, which anyone can cut to at any point in time while I'm pointing at them. No? Okay, here we go. Great shot.
Give me number 2.
So, yeah. Oh,
they're not in
there it is.
frame.
Sorry.
Frame.
The lights on the sign that's right over Gus's head, they would appear if they were blown out completely depth of field. You can get them to, they'll be heart-shaped or whatever the shape of the thing is.
There we go.
Hey!
Not
there
a
we go.
minute late. That was great.
No. That was my fault. I thought they would be in the shot for sure. It's me not knowing
he's over there.
our own content.
I thought it was really cool. I filmed a little bit for my Instagram of the little crescent bit.
I thought it was neat. Like it was one of those things that a bunch of people were experiencing it at once in many different areas. So like social media is blowing up, but you're also with your friends. I thought it was a fun experience.
We had a lot of people standing outside, ruining U.S. worker productivity by $700 million by going outside and being fucking humans and enjoying something that's actually cool.
Anthony Carboni had some really funny tweets about that in particular.
God, how fucking...
I'm sure it was posted more as like an interesting stat in that cumulative time is so valuable and you don't realize it. But I don't think it was like, oh, we should all not go outside.
How fucking stupid.
So we should have the at my house last night for Game of Thrones. One of the people was one of the main actors from Bloodfest. Robbie came over, and
Little Robbie K.
yeah, he's great, super nice dude. Just
Did he talk during
What do you
Game of
mean?
Thrones?
he might have talked a little bit, but I enjoyed everything he had to say. He might have talked a little bit. There was a really fucking badass shot. There's a lot of really cool moments when the group is walking through the tundra, and there was a lot of people who have similar experiences who then ended up in the same place, walking next to each other to talk about stuff, like Tormund and the Hound having the conversation about Brienne of Tarth, and the Hound's like, "Fuck that bitch." But there was a shot where Tormund is talking about Vance Raider. Is that his name? Mance Raider. Yeah, Mance Raider. Talking about him, how like he's a really great man, and then he like clears like something behind him, and this epic shot opens up behind him with the sun like pouring in, and like I noticed it, and I heard Robbie back go, "Oh, nice," like that.
Yeah, and it was cool because they were cutting between different setups, different camera positions, and it was still the same lights. They must have been hauling ass or doing like multi-camera to get that to match.
Dude, if I was shooting in that environment, I would have like 80 cameramen. I'd have a backup cameraman for every camera, basically. Because you don't want to like stop.
Interesting to see the height difference. Like Tormund just dwarfed Jon when they're walking side by side, and then Tormund was walking next to the Hound. And the Hound was like a foot taller. It's like, damn, that guy's tall.
Yeah.
Tall as dicks.
He has to be to take on his brother.
That's true. So I came up with the best invention.
What is it?
It can't exist, but I think it would be great.
Go ahead.
Imagine if, when your cat died.
Great.
Dude, I don't want to talk about this. We were talking about this with Joe the cat because he's now like 11, I think. So.
Oh, you getting worried?
What?
Imagine if, when your cat died, a little slit opened up in the corpse of your cat and printed out a receipt, a transcript of everything you'd ever said to your cat.
I don't think that's an invention.
I'm curious to know how you invented this.
Well, I was thinking it would be a good idea. I would love to know.
Why does it have to be in the cat? Why can't they just send it to you, like remotely?
I don't know. Like
an
the cat
invoice?
was keeping track of it the whole time.
It's like you're crying, opening your cat up. I'm like, I want to see my receipt.
It would take so long to print as well, depending on how old the cat was. I would just
That would
love
put your cat
to
in
read.
danger. Because there'd be a situation where like you're talking to someone, you're like, "What did you say last week?" And like, I don't even remember. And you look at the cat, and you're like, "I bet we can find out right now."
Oh no!
Cat spies.
No, it would have to be. It wouldn't be listening to conversations. It would just receive what you were saying to it. So
No,
it'd
it's
be
not
a
an asshole.
big old transcript of just garbage and nonsense. I would love to read everything I've said to my cat.
I would love to get a stat dump at the end of my own life, just like how many pounds of hair.
Yeah, but I would want you to print it though.
What? Me myself, like,
Oh, man. Total length of fingernails is grown.
yeah. I'd love. There's a short that's kind of like that. I forget what it's called, but the guy can ask any question. He has a minute to
He's in
ask
that
any
white
question.
box.
He's in the white room. Well, there's two. There's one that's kind of a funny one, and then there's one that's not funny. It's dead serious about like true love and that kind of stuff.
I like the funny one better.
The funny one's great. Yeah. Those
Hot takes
guys
by
in
Blaine.
general are very, very funny. Did you ever see? I can't remember the name of the channel, but they did the video where the dude in the chair, like the Dr. Evil character, turns. They're in a warehouse. What?
No, there was a noise. There's
a noise.
There's a noise.
Oh, I missed the noise. Did you fart?
No,
It was like a phone or something.
it's like a phone camera.
Yeah, you guys know the video I'm talking about where the guy's in the Dr. Evil and he's in a warehouse And he's like, oh, Mr. Bond.
Oh,
so
yeah,
glad
yeah,
you
he
could
turns
join us."
around.
But then he's not there. And he's like, shit. And he turns back. And then his buddy's helping him, like, hey, he's coming. And so he just keeps doing the turn and all this. And it's really, really fucking funny.
Yeah.
I forget what the name. What's the name of the video?
I have no idea.
But it's those guys. It's the same. What's it called? Chris and Jack is their channel. Chris and Jack is the name of their channel.
Got John Reisinger giving
Really funny guys. Thank you, John
fact
Reisinger.
checking for us.
I like you over there doing the.
Yeah, we should definitely put that in the link dump. That's a great video.
So great.
Someone posted their cat's response to your idea, Gavin.
Cat's upset.
A very upset looking cat. So
I'd like to know once a day get one thought that my cat has about me, just like or whatever, you know. Cats have no regard for us, right?
What would you think it would think?
Just like you again. That's every time when I see Joe, I imagine that's what he says to me. Joe the cat is like, "Oh, it's you again."
Who is this? On Twitter, @WizLakifa says you can call it cat stats.
There you go. It'd be brilliant.
What's funny about that name? Cat Stats.
Just kind of rhymes, I guess.
It'd be a good app.
Cat.
You can make a jingle out of that, probably.
Right, Cat Stats.
Just trying to engage social media.
Sure, Gus,
That's
you're
what we're
fucking
doing.
knocking it out of the park.
Fucking
Great
showing
job
pictures
with
of
that.
cats, talking about tweets.
All right,
you can
so
tweet
what-
us at #RT Podcast.
What fictional impossible invention would you like to invent?
Let me think about this.
I feel like I should have given you more prep on
You
that
might
question.
have to come back to me on this
It's also-
one.
I've got a story that
Also
can
shout out
stall
to
you.
Shit Stats.
Yeah,
so
shit stats.
I just moved into a new apartment, and my parents, as housewarming present, were going to give me a couch. 'cause
You
my old
move a
one-
lot.
About every 2 years.
Oh,
I
not that much,
roam.
actually.
We've known each other for so long. So I moved, and my parents were giving me a new couch, and they were looking at getting like a love seat to complement the couch that I was getting. And I was like, yeah, if you could, I'll pay for the other couch. Just see if they have one that has the matching fabric, because I think it'd be cool if it's the same thing. And they're talking to the furniture salesman. And the furniture salesman was like, yeah, you're not going to want to get your son matching furniture. If it's too matchy, people are going to think he's gay. And
Whoa.
yeah, it's best if you get if he's going to get a gray, you might want to get a black couch, but you don't want people thinking, la-di-da. And my parents are like,
matching furniture?
yeah, but this guy was saying you don't want people thinking your kid is gay. This guy has no idea who the fuck I was. He didn't know who my parents were.
How old was this guy?
He was probably in his 30s. I didn't see him, but it was just based off the description. And my parents, which was this is a super progressive thought for them because they're conservative folks. They're like, what if you were gay? That's very offensive. And I was like, yeah, good job, Mom.
Even if you're not gay, it's still offensive.
Oh, I don't know, but it was kind of fucked up that a furniture salesman was like,
Beyond a doubt. That's a ridiculous thing to say.
So did
I've
you
got matching
mismatch him?
furniture.
What's that?
no, I got a matchy.
What are you, gay?
Gaylord over there. Look
guess
at you.
so,
With
geez.
your matching furniture.
I've never given a second thought to the fact that my couch and my love seat match each other.
No, that's ridiculous.
So stupid.
It's insulting to straight people if you think about it, more than anything else. That straight people have these horrible furniture setups.
We can't match two couches?
Yeah, honestly.
Hideous.
That's- how
Definitely
hard-
straight.
How hard is that? Give me a fucking
Yeah, so
break.
saying you can't have good style if you're straight.
I'd be angry. Hey, so two stories happened this week. One is relevant since we just talked about Trump and everything. I don't know if it's relevant to Trump, but it's relevant to the political environment. out
Okay.
there. So we are based in Austin, Texas, which is the home of the University of Texas at Austin.
Yes.
We have two graduates. Of course, The Rock didn't retweet my graduation ceremony, but he did yours, Blaine. And there's a number of statues that are on the UT campus that are statues of people who were big in the Confederacy and then also big contributors to the university.
Lee Hogg, Reagan, and somebody else. I can't remember.
Davis?
Davis, I think.
Yeah. And they removed all those statues overnight. They're gone. Which I have to bring up because regardless of your politics, just looking at this at an objective level, was this protest that took place in Charlottesville, was that the least effective protest in the history of protests? Because I feel like because of the protest,
Everyone's getting rid of
the thing
their
that they were
statues
trying
now?
to prevent there is now happening everywhere.
Oh, good idea. Yeah.
Literally within 2 weeks, it's happening everywhere.
I've never understood why we have a lot of statues of Confederacy generals and heroes, because this is a group who actively fought against the United States.
It is a rebellious group that a rebellion that was quelled.
Right. It's like you never
defeated in combat.
I figured any country never worships the
Their
fact that
enemies.
right, yeah.
Yeah, I
that-
mean, like, England
they had
has-
a civil war.
England has, burns Guy Fawkes every year, but it's like setting fire to him.
Mhm.
It's not worshipping him.
It's just a really weird thing.
Well-
and I also read that somewhat related to that Six Flags theme park in Texas and Georgia will no longer fly the Six Flags like they used to. That they're just going to fly the American flag.
So they're one flag?
They'll fly
one
6
flag.
American flags.
They'll fly 6 American flags. So that's why Six Flags, because the name Six Flags that originated in Texas is to commemorate the 6 different
Governing
nations,
bodies of
that
Texas.
govern Texas.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So Spain, Mexico, Confederacy, United States, Texas,
France.
France.
It's interesting too because what normally people associate as the Confederate flag is what we call the Stars and Bars, the Dukes of Hazzard, for lack of a better term. That's that flag that you see in there. But that's actually not the Confederate flag. The Confederate flag looks actually entirely different. That is the Confederate battle flag. That's a flag that was flown directly in battle against the United States of America.
Yes.
And also it's like there is a lot of people who think the taking down of statues, one of the big
there's
arguments
6 flags.
is, well, there are still 6 flags. They're just all
they're all American
U.S. flags. But, there are people that talk about the U.S. history, like getting rid of U.S. history, which I think is an interesting distinction to make. They're like, you can't erase U.S. history, but the U in U.S. does stand for something. It does stand for United, the United States of America. And specifically, the Confederacy was the Confederated States of America. It was trying to be a different thing. It wasn't trying to be part of U.S. history.
Right.
And then there's also, I think, a major difference between celebrating parts of your history and recording them. It's like that's I think what people are having an issue with is that putting these statues up celebrates this point in
I think
history.
it's also the fact that
no one's
these-
trying to tell anybody that the Confederacy didn't exist.
yeah, these aren't like either they're not super old statues that were erected immediately after the Civil War. These are also statues that have a lot of weight to them because they were erected during the height of like Jim Crow laws almost as a sign of oppression or a reminder for
to
groups of
preserve
people.
the southern, Dixie and all that.
So what are they?
Which I get. Honestly,
kind of
on
spite.
some level, I get it because there's a lot of people who grew up in that as well. But we did fight a war over this. We did.
Yeah.
So it's like when you lose wars, you tend to lose control over what gets to be.
They always say that the winners write history, right?
I guess so, but it's like in this case, I mean, history is still written, but it's just like, what are we choosing to celebrate and memorialize?
The president of UT, he sent out an email, and like right after he sent out that email is when they actually took him down, or it might have been like he timed it perfectly to where they were taking them down as he sent out the email. But he called out the fact that they were put up in like during the Jim Crow laws and kind of as a way to celebrate, like, hey, we have Southern pride, even though all this stuff is happening with people having rights and stuff like that. But they're putting him in museums though, which from what I gathered, like that seemed like a pretty good compromise. And like a lot of like I've been tweeting about it because UT, I tweeted at them and I was like, hey, can you take these down? And a lot of people were getting pissed off and stuff like that. But like it seemed like everybody that was mad about it, they were fine with him putting them in museums because it's still like augning that, but it's not.
Is that
like,
what they do? They
celebrating
just
them.
give them to museums?
Yeah. So
Unless
they're
people pull them down and they're smashed on the ground.
yeah. Well, they're relocating 3 of them, and there were people that were actually a part of the Confederacy. And then the other one, Hogg, he was the son of a brigadier general in the Confederacy, but he was like the first. He was like a Texas governor. I think that's.
We have a number of locations. We've talked about Hogg Auditorium where I saw Pulp Fiction, and TSTV was in the basement of Hogg Auditorium. There's also a Hogg Hall.
Mhm.
Hogg his name's on a lot of buildings.
Yeah, I
at
think
the
there's a
university.
street as well here in Austin.
Yep. His wife's name?
Ima?
No,
Ima Hogg.
his daughter.
It's his daughter? Okay. Just funny name in the
Ima
family
Hogg.
lineage. So yeah.
Yes, and I don't want to dwell on this like statue and protest stuff too long, but there is something else that I felt like I wanted to bring up. Do you think that all these people who went to this initial protest in Charlottesville, do you think they're learning why KKK used to wear hoods?
Yeah, oh yeah, they are. They're getting doxxed. Yeah.
It's like they're all suffering from, rightfully so, I think, suffering from having participated in this protest, having to move or losing their jobs, and then complaining about it and not realizing why, and not realizing that they're in the wrong over this.
Yeah.
There was,
Yeah.
there was such a weird clip of this guy who was obviously going to get the shit kicked out of him. So he ran off and like pulled off all his
I've seen it.
racist stuff. Yeah. And then he's like, someone on filming him confronts him. He's like, oh, so you're not a white supremacist now? And he's like asking him like, oh, so why'd you take your stuff off? He's like, do you support all this? He's like, barely. I mean, it's fun to say white power, but
Yeah.
that's about it. It's like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about?
Yeah, he's like, just get a rise out of people. That
Yeah,
kind of thing.
and then
to
as
me, that's
soon
the
as-
personification of the Pepe kids on the
Yeah.
internet. They think their actions don't have any consequence or anything like that. But then the moment there's like a real world confrontation, that kid flipped.
It was
the
also
fuck out.
amazing how at the beginning of the video he's so frightened, like potentially for his life. He's like out of breath and freaking out.
Yeah.
And as soon as he feels remotely safe, he's like straight back to being like, yeah, whatever.
He like disappeared into the fucking crowd, like because he had his shirt off.
It was so. It
He's
was
messed up.
so weird, and he's so young, and I'm so confused by so many people. I don't get it.
I think
It is very confusing. Let me ask you this though too. It's like, in the Charlottesville thing, the word Nazi now has become big. Everybody's Nazi. And there are people who were part or are part of the Nazi party in America that were at this thing. But they keep showing this one guy with the one flag over and over and over again. This one guy who's got it. And admittedly, if I was in a march and a dude showed up and he had a Nazi flag, I'd be like, what the fuck? What are you doing? What is this? Which, I mean, I could honestly, enemy of the U.S., the Nazis. No one's gonna argue that, right?
Tons of Hitler statues.
Tons of Hitler statues. But, you can make this, I think we talked about this last time, but you can make the thing too. It's like the battle flag was flown against, forces, the U.S. Army forces in battle on the battlefield. So was the Nazi flag was flown against U.S. forces on the battlefield. It's like if those people's grandparents or grandkids were flying the ISIS flag 30 years from now, that'd be weird.
Yeah, be real.
That would be really fucking weird.
Mhm.
But what if 30 years from now they're flying the fucking ISIS flag or something like that? It's just like, I mean, that's the progression, right? It's just a matter of time before. I couldn't imagine anybody in the 50s was like, hey, I'm going to fly a Nazi flag because I'm upset with the government.
It's just the way it's like fashion, right? It falls out of style and it comes back.
Good Lord, dude. Good Lord.
There was a guy who was in the protest and he was wearing a hat. He was like on the pro-Nazi side and he was wearing a hat. I think it was like, I want to say 82nd Airborne. And then some guy was like, I was like, my grandpa was in the 82nd Airborne. They fought against the Nazis. What the fuck are you doing? Like, jackass. It's pretty funny.
That shit's crazy. In non-Nazi related news,
Oh, Game of Thrones.
I fucked up my elbow somehow on Friday.
Yeah, I heard about this.
Oh,
What's
Meg
going
was telling
on?
me about that. What was going on?
I don't know, like at 1 o'clock in the afternoon or so, I was like, oh man, my elbow kind of hurts. Then like at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I couldn't move my left arm. Then like by 6, my elbow was swollen to like the size of a grapefruit. It was like,
Did you not get photos of this?
I know I was in too much pain.
you bash it on
could
something?
not. No,
Hold up your two elbows. Let's see them because
it's still a little discolored and
Yeah,
it's just a little
Ew.
big.
How did you not get a picture?
That's the fucked up one.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, I should have. I don't know. I guess I was just like kind of freaked out and I was in a lot of pain. So I had to go to the emergency room and I remember they were like, all right, well, let's roll your sleeve up. Let's take a look at it. And I did that. And like all the nurses and the doctor go, whoa.
No way, really? Shit.
Yeah. They're like, oh yeah, there's definitely something going on there.
So what was it?
It's called bursitis. It's like everyone has like little sacs in your joints that like cushion
Bursa.
them. They're called bursa. And one of mine just became super inflamed.
For no reason?
No reason. They said normally you hit your elbow on something or if you like rub it on a desk a lot,
Like a funny bone.
it'll happen. But I don't think I
Such
did
a Gus
anything.
injury.
So weird. And so then they gave me some medicine. They injected me with this medicine, like an anti-inflammatory and painkiller. Then I started feeling better. And then they were like, okay, we're gonna get some needles and we're gonna try to see if we can extract the fluid from your
Oh,
elbow.
so there's no fluid there to drain you?
They tried.
What kind of fluid is that?
I don't know.
Like is it the lubricating bit?
Well, there wasn't much of it. So they get like lidocaine.
Enough to fill up the
They
whole shebang?
inject my elbow with lidocaine, and then I could see the doctors like pinching the elbow skin and just like jabbing a needle in there, like trying to extract it. It looks like a fucking
Gross.
turkey baster. Ah! And he's like, "I'm not hurting you, am I?" But I had the lidocaine. I was like, "I can't feel that at all." He's like, fucking jamming it in there.
You're like, yeah, get in there, yeah.
He's like, "Are you okay with this?" I was like, "Yeah, I guess." And he really didn't get much out, but yeah, it's just super weird. Then
I can't believe you didn't
You were probably
document
hoping
that.
it was just gonna
But
like full
You
on
always
pop.
take pictures of your gross like earwax and shit.
the thing that made me a little uncomfortable was before the doctor started like trying to extract all the fluid, he was outlining how safe it was and how I didn't have to worry. It's like, and in my mind I'm like, I wouldn't have worried. Like, I feel like you're over explaining it now.
Yeah.
He's like, don't worry, this is going to be sterile. This is going to be sterile. We're going to do it this way. I was like, okay, yeah,
it's
that's fine. Why? I'm not worried. He goes, yeah. And then when we're done, we'll give you some really strong antibiotics to make sure you don't get MRSA. I was like, what? Why would you say that? They're like, now I'm worried. So then, so now I'm taking some really strong antibiotics, so I can't fucking drink. That's why I'm drinking this stupid tea instead of beer.
Can you do the thing where you extend your elbow so far and it pops?
Sometimes. Sometimes.
Yeah, I can do it.
This one I can do.
I'll do one right now.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't do it. Hang on.
Oh, that's a good one. You should do that with your thing.
It goes further now.
But the doctor who also did that, he talked about video games and anime the entire time.
Oh, great.
Did you know who you were?
No idea.
Please.
He's like, what games do you play? I was like, I told him. He's like, oh yeah, right now I'm playing this.
What was he playing?
You asked him what games
No,
he
he
played?
asked me.
What was he
He saw
playing?
my Atari logo.
What was he playing?
What was he playing? I don't remember.
Is that your Atari tramp stamp?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I had to take my shirt off because of all of that. Because they had to do like what they call it, bacitracin?
Betadine?
Betadine? Was it like the orange iodine looking stuff?
Betadine, right?
Betadine? Yeah.
Is that what it is?
They had to put it everywhere. I didn't want to get it on my shirt.
Ooh.
That's
a
what it
picture.
looks like. That's not my photo, but that's
Nice
what
checkered
it looks
shirt,
like.
Gus.
It looks like that dude's arm has a heel.
Yeah.
what was he playing? I don't remember what he was playing. He told me
Zelda.
he was playing Battlefield. That was it.
Battlefield
right?
1.
Battlefield. Xbox.
I ran into Gus before the podcast, and he was in the bathroom. I was like, pre-podcast dump, huh? He's like, no, this fucking antibiotics won't let me shit. It's gotta be
That's
like,
not exactly what I said. I said they're making it difficult.
it's gotta be the worst.
Terrible impression of Gus. No.
He didn't have bursitis, he had bursitis.
Yeah, very good.
That was good.
But of course, I was convinced at first when my elbow started hurting. Like, I knew, like, it was a different pain. So, like, I tweeted, like, yeah, pretty sure I got elbow cancer. Like, even early on, I was like, this doesn't feel right. Like, something feels fucking weird. So, moral of the story, if you feel fucking weird, go to the doctor.
There's like, do
they'll
they have
stab you.
sacks? Bernie, you took pre-med, so you should know this.
Mm.
What are those little lumps underneath
Lymph nodes.
Yeah.
What happens if you happen to mistaken those for like a zit and you really tried to squeeze them and pop them and they just didn't do that? Is that good for you?
I would say it's good for you, but I don't think it's going to do any like long-term damage.
Isn't that how you
I'm
get,
not a
like-
doctor. What do I know?
Isn't that how you get lymphoma?
Like, that's
squeezing it like a zit? I don't
That's a lot of the same
okay.
letters. I'm going to say yes.
Non-Hodgkin.
That happened to me this weekend where I found like this like thing that was like kind of lumpy and I was like,
You got glands all over the gaff, haven't you? There's like, these are the main, if your glands are swollen, you'll find it here, right?
it might have, the swelling's gone. Yeah, it's not there anymore.
Yeah, the doctor also checked my armpit for my lymph nodes when he saw my elbow.
What part of your body is that, Kevin? What system is that?
I can't find it.
What system is the lymph nodes?
Mhm.
Yeah, it is the
Like the cardiovascular system?
lymphatic system.
I'm tickling myself.
Lymphatic system? Okay. Let me see. I'll look it up here.
I'm pretty sure
kinda
that's it.
It's gone.
I think it is the lymphatic
I
system.
think you're right.
I feel like we
medical
don't
portion of the
know
podcast.
enough about our own bodies.
Well,
Everyone's
Oh, it's
like,
crazy. It's crazy. Like we still, all nutritional information is conflicting. Every 5 minutes they change what's
if you had to guess how many bones you had and you didn't know,
206.
why?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
saying,
going to guess.
if you had to be like, wonder how many bones I have? How much would you come anywhere
30
near
tops,
that? Yeah, I'd
30.
probably come up with 50 or 60. Because you can't. I mean, you'd be like, "That's the arm bone."
Yeah.
Yeah, one bone. I wouldn't think there's two in there.
You wouldn't think how many you have in your fucking hands?
Yeah,
I
a
mean,
couple in the ear hole.
Well, you got like 3 per finger, and you know
Yeah.
you got. I
know-
was about to say if you have 15
You know what my favorite
fingers.
new click is where you like snap the finger down and like pop.
Oh,
it
I love
way.
that one. This,
That's
this,
a real
this
good
knuckle
new-
up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What got you into popping your fingernails or your fingers?
Oh, it's
Because like I remember seeing an action movie where a guy popped his knuckles and I was like, I want to be able to do that, but I can't. And then I looked up on the internet, how do you pop your knuckles? And you're like, well, you just got to practice it and you got to pull it out. And I was like, I'm gonna do that. And now like I don't know if it's gonna work now. Of course, it's gonna get blue balls.
I had one.
Little baby one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now I can like
To my
do it.
little
It's like,
baby
Meg can do this thing. I can't do it to myself. She does a thing where she grabs my bottom thumb knuckle
Yeah.
and just pushes in it. It goes, and my thumb gets
Yep.
a little longer. It's the best one ever. And I wish I could do it to myself.
Eventually, your thumb will be as big as your other fingers.
There you go.
so now you can never break up with Meg because she won't be able to deliver that.
Yeah.
I'm, I'm by the way, the same way with Ashley. I'll just be sitting there and I'll just do this. I'll just hold my hand out to her. Like we'll be somewhere
Pop
and she
it.
just like goes and like pops every finger
Yeah.
and every joint. She just goes through them all. Pop, 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 pop. And I give her my other hand and she does
Do you
that.
ever get rubs? Professional rubs?
Yeah. I just recently got a professional rub in Mexico.
Yeah.
I go up to Alana and I do the same thing. Be like, hey, my fingers are really like fucked up. Can you pull them? And she thinks I'm trying to get her to pull my fingers so I can fart.
I'm sure.
Because I fart a lot.
She's a smart person.
And we all know you, Blaine, as well.
We've been dating for long enough that I farted from Alana.
Do you literally ask? Do you ask her the way you just asked me? Like,
I kind of realized that she knows. I know what she's thinking. So yeah, I can sometimes giggle. I would never fart on her intentionally.
So wait, how long? I don't fart in front of Meg.
What?
Although sometimes I fart myself awake, and there's nothing I can do about that.
My
She always
dogs
laughs
do
at
that.
me.
She has a studio apartment in San Francisco, and I'll be in the bathroom and I'll fart, and I'll hear her in the other room go, "Ha!" God damn it.
Yeah, I don't like to suggest to anyone that I fart.
No,
Especially not
absolutely
Meg.
should.
I'm a
Yeah.
fart
It's
machine.
probably my favorite quote of myself in the podcast was everybody farts, but not everybody loves you. So you can definitely fart in front of someone that you're in a relationship with.
All right. Yeah, that's good advice.
I got to talk to Meg too because I was on a set
Don't talk to Meg.
for this YouTube thing
That was a
that I
throwback,
did. This where I had to get in a fight with a witch for the scene, and she was like a 68-year-old stunt lady. She was awesome, but I got up out of the like 2 or 3 takes of wrestling with her on the ground, and I was like, my hand kind of hurts a little bit, and then I was like, yeah, like this little joint here at the base of my thumb, not the thumb joint here,
Yeah.
like down here, the thing that like wiggles and connects to your hand. That was a little bit sore.
Pardon me.
I'm not kidding. Sore for like 7 fucking months. I
Ugh.
did something to it. Got
Was it
sore.
like a fracture,
And then
maybe?
one day I could like got it to where I could like if I pushed it back this way, it would really hurt. I was worried I got like a little stress fracture or something in there. And then I finally got to the point like 7 months later where I was like squeezed it and I got to pop that knuckle. It was the loudest like solid pop.
Did it feel good after that?
Oh,
when
it
it
felt
popped?
so good.
Yeah.
Felt so good to finally get that thing to like move again. So
I
it was nuts.
I have to go to the doctor, but I'm embarrassed about how long I've had a problem.
What
Like,
embarrassing body.
My hip, this right hip, has hurt for about 20 years.
So what the fuck, dude?
But now it's waited too long. I'll be like, oh, my hip kind of hurts. And they'll be like, how long has it hurt? 20 years. I can't just go in and say that. It's like 65% of my life.
Just like
Gavin.
build up to it. Like go for like other little things. Be like, you know what? My hip's been hurting a little
Yeah.
bit.
Gavin,
just pretend like it's a thing that you've always dealt with and somebody else looked at it and like wrote it off, but you're
I
concerned
can
about it.
do the best pops on this hip. Like if I've been asleep.
Good.
I can't do it now. It has to be in the morning.
Okay.
If I've been asleep longer than 8 hours, I can always like get up and I stretch my leg outwards and it goes and it echoes in my joints. And I'm like, oh,
Okay,
yeah.
here's what you do. Film that and then
Jesus.
take it to the doctor. There you go.
And I can't do it on this one, and it hurts less after I've done that.
when you feel it,
If
you
it's
gotta.
cold or if I've been asleep for a long time, I can barely stand before
That's
I've done that.
insane what you just described.
Yeah.
I wish I had that.
And if I run for
Sounds
extended periods, if I run for like an hour and a half, my hip will be in agony.
Which you don't.
No, I do that sometimes on the treadmill.
I got a bike. Not doing the treadmill, not running anymore. I'm doing bikes now.
Is that better for you?
I just the running and the pounding is just like gets to me after a while.
It's not
you know?
great on you.
Yeah.
I do running on tracks because they have like buoyant grounds.
Do you
Oh,
shoot
yeah, that's
sprints?
cool.
You seem like a sprinting person.
I just do like a really fast mile.
Okay.
How fast?
Well,
minute
it
mile?
wasn't as fast anymore. I used to be able to do like a 6:10, but now I'm like back to like 6:40, which isn't great. So,
One of my buddies who's in Ultimate Frisbee plays with Caleb. He was on the Amazing Race with me. His name's Kurt. I'm working from memory here, but it was fucking ridiculous. He was posting his sprint workouts, and he would sprint a lap of the track, a quarter mile, and he was doing like 40 seconds, 45 seconds to just run, and then he would take a break and then run it again, 45 seconds. So he basically was like had like a
Sub 3.
20
Yeah.
mile, but obviously not in a row. You
Right.
know what I mean? He was just doing these sprints like that because of, Ultimate Frisbee. I haven't seen any of the games, but it's nuts. The Frisbee gets up in the air and people just haul ass and somehow know where the Frisbee's going to go. It like takes a trajectory like this and floats down, but they'll like run at a full tilt sprint for like 60 yards
Do you
to
think
catch up to it.
that dogs love watching that sport?
Oh my God. That'd be the
It's
best
the
for them.
dog sport.
Yeah, dogs are so into it.
It's like your uncle in golf or your grandpa in golf. It's like nobody else in the house understands why the fuck he's watching it, but the dog's like, leave it on, leave it on.
Yeah. Let me read this here. So I want to say thanks to Maltesers for sponsoring this episode of the RT podcast. Maltesers are now in the U.S. To celebrate, we're going to be playing a game of mini basketball with Maltesers to see who the ultimate basketball champ is, me or Blaine. So go check out Maltesers on Instagram at
Blaine's an athlete.
Instagram. Yeah, at Instagram.com/Maltesers and give them a follow. And I'm going to pull out our props here so Blaine and I can do some mini basketball. Take it over there on that end. No, just sit. Just put it at the end of the table.
That's an unfair advantage.
I was trying to make it that way.
Wow, I wasn't expecting that cut to the wide. I'm still on my phone. That's embarrassing.
Jesus, I was trying to give you some time. All right, well, you take 5 shots. I'll take 5 shots.
This
Blaine.
is awesome.
So I got to go sideways?
I didn't put me in this.
Look how you have your thing.
What?
You fucked it up. How's that
Turn it,
backboard
turn
going to
it,
work
turn
for
it.
me?
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. 5 and 5.
Like this is gonna matter.
So
Do you have extras in there?
Yeah.
We're allowed to eat these on the thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, of course. Just don't eat into the mic. I'm gonna grab my 5 right now.
Do we have any extras that we can eat? The other side Maltesers?
You can get some from here. I haven't touched these.
Give some.
Have these been on the floor?
No.
All right.
Oh, thank you.
All right. You wanna go at once?
going, then I'm going, then you going, then I'm going?
All right. Yeah. Totally missed.
You missed the bucket.
Ooh,
Oh.
off the rim.
Rimmed it.
God damn it. Ugh.
Need a high-speed camera for this.
So close.
Like just a streaky blur.
None of us are gonna win.
It's a hard shot,
God
dude.
damn.
Are you allowed to do shotgun approach?
No. First to
All
sink
right.
it then.
No. Sudden death. We'll do a slam dunk competition.
God damn. I thought this was gonna be so easy.
Did you?
If you give me 3 more.
Yeah.
Go for it. Oh, that counts. That counts.
No, it doesn't count.
Why not? Here, give me one.
Cop out.
God damn.
I love the
Oh, off the rim.
You're wasting good Maltesers.
Ugh.
All right, get us a countdown clock.
God damn.
Look, if this ends and nobody sunk it, it's gonna be so embarrassing.
I thought this was gonna be so easy.
Did you practice it at all?
No.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
This is 2 uncoordinated fuckers.
Keep going.
Hey! Blaine got
You
it.
got it.
Blaine, thank you, Lord, for that. Give me the rest of that bucket. Just get out of here.
We've touched all of them. I wouldn't. Well,
All right. I guess the ones that are in the bucket now have been
Yeah.
in people's hands.
All right, go check out Maltesers and eat them. Don't do what we did.
And then maybe practice your basketball.
I used
afterwards.
to be really good at beer
Just in
pong.
case you might need it at some point.
I thought beer pong skills would translate well, but they didn't.
Did you
Never
play?
played that.
Did you? I was gonna say, did you play when you were younger? I felt
Never.
like that's something that came popular after us.
After that,
This is the old man portion of
you
the
predate
podcast.
After that
pong?
Jennifer Love Hewitt movie came out.
Yeah.
What was that one called?
Is it Can't Hardly Wait?
Yeah, there we go.
I went 10-0 at a beer pong tournament and won it with my friend.
Don't even know what it is. Don't even know how it works.
We fucking killed it.
I know there's a lineup of cups and you throw a thing in and that's
Can't
it.
if it spins, you can pull it out or something.
You can flick it out or you can blow it out. But I remember being in my dorm room and I'd have my studies, I'd have my books and stuff like that. And
My
across
studies.
the room, I'd have a solo cup and I'd have a bunch of ping pongs. And I'd go, huh? Boom. And then I'd go back to studying. And then every now and then I would just like dunk it. I was so fucking good.
I remember
like,
seeing that stuff in movies.
By the gods, I was great.
And just thinking, man, that looks gash. Just doesn't look fun, and I don't
agree.
want to be anyone who's on this in this scene.
It's gross to drink it.
It took the world by storm, though. You know, it was a big part of, I believe, the Blue Mountain State Kickstarter. They had custom beer pong tables for a certain level of donation. I seem to recall that.
Speaking of Kickstarters and movies,
Go ahead.
Super Troopers 2 finally has a release date.
It's pretty crazy. We really haven't talked about that. We helped them launch that Kickstarter or Indiegogo campaign a long time ago. And it was like right after we just finished Laser Team.
Oh
right?
yeah, I remember you handed the belt over or something like that.
Yeah, because they beat us.
It was April 2015.
Yeah, we did that April 2015.
When we went to LA,
and the movie's coming out in 2018.
Yeah.
It's
April
coming to April
20th.
2018.
Yeah, almost 3 years to the day.
My gosh.
It
Okay.
funded on April 25th, 2015, and the movie comes out on 4/20, 2018.
I'm super fucking stoked because I love the first one so much. But
Classic.
man, I thought Dumb and Dumber 2 was gonna be good, and it just did not hit well. I feel like sometimes they might get separated from like what was the core, what made it funny originally. So
Well, sure, you can always have a misstep. Why not? But, I
Yeah.
mean, that's possible. But have faith. They're funny dudes.
they are, and they've made some other funny movies too. Like Beer Fest, I think is. Fucking
I think
fantastic.
like Beer Fest more than I like Super Troopers.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think I like Super Troopers more. Beer Fest is good though.
So I feel like Super Troopers has some kind of goofy stuff in the plot, like let's save the orphanage kind of
Yeah.
style stuff that Beer Fest also has, but Beer Fest delivers it more deliberately. I feel like it doesn't feel like an actual plot device. Like when he drinks his way out of the beer, it's just it's great. When he-
Doesn't a
and then
guy's
his
like
twin?
a guy's brother? Yeah, he dies and the brother shows up identical and even better at drinking than he is.
And he said, "Listen, to avoid confusion, just call me by his name." Great, it's fucking brilliant. Get out of your beer. Fuck off. Yeah, so Super Troopers will come out. Super Troopers,
Super Troopers
2s
Welcome, Drunk Bernie Burns.
be out in April, 20 April. So that's when it'll come out. God, 2018, man. Can you believe it has been less than a year since the election? It's just crazy to think about that.
Feels like a decade.
This year is just dragged out.
Yeah. People thought 2016 was a slow year.
I mean, seriously, if it slows down time like this, I'm gonna vote for like Alex Jones in the next election, just to like make time last longer.
What will the ballot say? Alex Jones, please.
I don't even think most will get that reference.
Unless you watched like public access TV in Austin in the late 90s.
Which is where he started.
You will not get that.
I was
Yep.
gonna say, but he was up in Seattle not too long ago, and a guy poured coffee all over him. Did you see all that coverage?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw some of that stuff. Alex Jones, I literally just don't pay attention.
Yeah.
There was a
Draft
Last
monster.
Week Tonight segment about him a couple of weeks ago and about all the nutritional supplements that he sells.
How do you identify the years when you think back to them?
Name a year, and then I'll tell you.
2016. If you had to sum it up with like
Death.
one word. Yeah. To me, it's like everyone died in 2016. 2015. I think of the ice bucket challenge. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Was that
year?
15?
Wasn't it?
Yeah, I guess so.
2014.
Oh, no. That was 20.
We were definitely here at stage 5, so it was either 14 or 15.
That was 20. I think that was 2016, early 2016.
The ice bucket was 2016?
You want to hear, according to Rolling Stone, 10 what the fuck? Can you please let up Alex Jones singing about the frogs being gay? And we'll come to that. We'll cut to that in a second. There's a song, a remix somebody did of Alex Jones, Turn the Frogs Gay. Whatever, Turn the Frogs Gay. So these are 10 what the fuck moments from Alex Jones's custody trial with his ex-wife. So he was in court. And there's some really interesting things it was interesting to see how the persona kind of sheds away when you're in court. And it's like the things you're accused of being, and then you're like, oh, it's all a character. But it's not presented like a character, like that kind of thing. One of my favorites you'll say is Jones got sued by a yogurt company mid-trial. These are just the headlines. Kelly Jones accused her ex-husband of molding their son into a conspiracy theorist. Jones blamed a memory failure on a large bowl of chili. I'll read that one. Sitting on the witness stand, his ex-wife's lawyers had him read from a deposition transcript in which he claimed he could not remember the names of his children's teachers or the details of their schoolwork because he ate too much chili.
We've all been there. Come
in
on.
the transcript, Newman, I guess is a lawyer, asked Jones if chili affected his memory. And he said, big old bowl of chili. Sure does. Yeah.
So, like, he was too full? Or, like, the chili was too delicious for new memories?
I don't know. No. During the trial, he claimed he slept with 150 women as a teenager. And then Kelly Jones's lawyers accused Alex of paying off therapists. In closing arguments, Kelly Jones' lawyer Robert Hoffman told the court that Jones had manipulated 27 therapists involved in the case to take his side. Well, that's an accusation. That's not like that was proven. But God, so wild. Just crazy wild stuff. Do we have Alex Jones saying the frogs are gay? Do we have that?
They might still be
I was
looking.
gonna say, anybody that doesn't know who Alex Jones
super
is,
fun.
he's the guy that's from InfoWars. He's like the crazy conspiracy theorist.
I'm a
I
man.
feel like by now you would know who that.
I like meat.
Do you ever wish that you were that big of a lunatic? Like, is it
Every moment.
Is it
every
fun?
moment.
It must be fun to be like
You can
that.
be. It's a character. Haha. It's my name.
That's what
and
he
my
says,
I couldn't
right?
do the character because I feel like me bugging people.
He always seems so upset.
Oh, God. I know. He's great at it. He's really great at it. But
Terrible. Don't watch it. Don't watch it.
Well, look at the frog. The frogs are gay. Let me see here.
I mean, characters based on yourself. I can see the appeal and do it and being like a lunatic. Like, if I was about to hit a midlife crisis, I'd probably go all out if I was a personality and people listen to me. I just like sort of extend lunacy. Although that usually involves spending money on ridiculous things like yachts and boats and stuff, right?
Yeah, not claiming a school killing was a fake and all the people were actors. Fucking idiot.
Can I give what? Oh, here it is. They have it. Never mind.
They have it? Is it the Alex Jones
Bernie?
remix?
Freaking frog gay. serious crap. Gay. Frog, freaking frog. It's not funny. I'm gonna say it real slow for you. Gay. Frogs. Won't you fight for your life?
So
That's a really good song.
It is. It's so good. I love that guy so much. He's such a lunatic, man. He's entertaining, though. He's entertaining.
so can I give my crazy conspiracy theory?
Yes, I love conspiracy theories.
Cousin of Steptoe from formerly of Microsoft.
Really?
Oh, yeah. You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, he's a cousin.
No.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. He writes, Steptoe writes about him every now and then on Twitter and stuff.
I thought maybe more of a Steve Ballmer cousin, but okay.
Yeah, he's got that fiery passion. Dude, Alex Jones' speech about being a man and wanting to have babies and like this is real. It's like one of the best things on the internet. It's just he's so fired up. It's so great.
Do you think, conspiracy theory, do you think that the U.S. Navy is under attack by merchant vessels?
Dude, I heard about this theory. Did you hear about the GPS thing?
I've heard about some of that
Well,
stuff.
you mean you think there's like terrorist boats ramming them and they're just calling it accidents?
No, that foreign nations are hijacking boat navigation systems.
Oh, Jesus, like you got a government in mind here, buddy?
I can think of one that's particularly interested in South China Sea right now.
Yeah.
Russia?
China, dude. I don't know if the mic picked that up. Blake said Russia.
Good try though, dude.
That's why I said it so reluctantly. It's because I knew I was. Oh fuck! I read in an article is Russia was the one with the GPS technology.
It's just bizarre that we've had two major collisions that have taken two U.S. Navy ships out of commission in 2 months. Like, I feel like you never hear about something like that. Like, how does a fucking U.S. warship get hit by a merchant vessel?
You would see it coming, right?
Yeah, and they just announced, I guess, like, who they were claiming was at fault for the last collision, and they, got relieved of their command, and then this happened almost immediately afterwards.
Can they dodge that stuff? Like, if they see a ship coming, is it just like they all just look at each other? It's like, well, damn it, they're going to crash into us, and we can't avoid
so
it.
fucking huge.
Yeah, it's like, can we? What do they do there?
I think destroyers are supposed to be fairly agile. I've seen some like crazy maneuverability tests that they do where they're pretty quick, and you see the boat coming from so far. Like, I think the big freighter, like oil tankers and big freighters, like they can't move very quickly. So it's up to the warships to
That's a big fucking dent inside
navigate
of that
around
ship.
them. Yeah, and
John McCain
Yeah, John McCain. Named for John McCain's dad,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Fucking jackasses are like, oh, that's what you get. Corrupt politicians. Like, no, it's
his dad.
his daddy, dumbass.
Which,
Yeah.
by the way, his dad was, I forget the rank that he was when John McCain was captured. And John McCain would not leave the camp, leave his compatriots. He wouldn't leave the camp or, be used in a way that they knew because he was the son of this high-ranking officer. So he stayed in that camp for, I think, like, was it broken arms or something?
Oh, they fucked him up, yeah.
Yeah, completely fucked up. I should know more about the story than I do, but I remember when he was running for president, it's like really crazy story what that guy went through.
It's like arms and shoulders.
Basically just to hold on to honor. I mean, really, it was really incredible.
I also read about another accident that John McCain had been. It wasn't his fault, but he was there for it. Like, he was involved in a fire on an aircraft carrier, and we just passed the 50th anniversary of it a couple of weeks ago during the Vietnam War, and it was just this crazy set of bad decisions and circumstances that led to an aircraft on the deck of an aircraft carrier got jostled. One of its missiles went off, hit another plane, and that aircraft carrier had just taken on some old ordnance that they weren't supposed to be using, that everyone thought was a bad idea. And that old ordnance caught fire, sat in the fire for a while, exploded, killed all the firefighters on the aircraft carrier. Nobody else knew how to fight the fire. And then the fire just kept spreading to these old bombs that were all over the aircraft carrier.
Like the worst
So they, like,
fucking Rube Goldberg.
chucking bombs off the side just let it blow up.
Yeah, it was.
Sounds like what happens if like James Bond attacks a base.
And when the initial missile went off and hit the plane, John McCain was in the plane next to the one that got hit. And he said he saw the fire and, got out of his plane as quickly as he could to get away from it. It's like, that sounds like a fucking nightmare.
Did they have ejector seats then?
He probably did, but I mean, he's like on the ocean.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you have enough altitude for that to work.
Yeah, do they actually propel? If you use that on the ground, does it propel you with enough height to survive?
According to
I
GoldenEye.
don't know.
GoldenEye, yeah. Well, that was a helicopter.
True.
Anyway, it's the USS Forestall Fire, if anybody wants to look it up. It was really
God,
fascinating to read. I think I saw a post about it.
According to Die
I'm
Hard.
lost in this Washington Post article about John McCain's capture. It's incredible. Broke both arms and a leg.
Doesn't he struggle to lift his hands above his head?
That's you'll see him hold like a
Yeah.
stuff, or maybe think about Bob Dole.
Bob Dole used to
Think about
hold,
Bob
yeah.
Dole. Yeah.
No, he was the one that, like, during his elections, he'd give thumbs up like this. And people are like, oh, he's deformed. It's like, yeah, because he fucking fought for your country, dude.
No shit. Yeah. He didn't take an opportunity to leave Hanoi Hilton when they gave him a chance to do it. Did you hear about the other thing in the news I was kind of fascinated by? It's a lawsuit with Joel Silver that's going on right now.
No.
This is fucking fascinating. Joel Silver, the famous producer of Die Hard.
Matrix also, right?
That was a good one, right? I pop shit all the time, just random. Matrix as well, correct. Joel Silver, his company Silver Pictures, and its employee Martin Harold, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, have all been named in a lawsuit regarding the death of Silver's former personal assistant. I'm not going to pronounce her name properly. Carmel Musgrove. The suit filed by Musgrove's estate and parents is suing all three parties for wrongful death. Musgrove was found dead at the age of 28 on a beach in Bora Bora during a star-studded trip to the island hotspot in 2015. In the suit filed Friday in Los Angeles Superior Court, attorney Brian Watkins laid out the events that led up to Musgrove's death. Regarding the setting, Watkins wrote, Harold, the Silver-related guests, along with a large entourage of movie stars and their family members, stayed at the Four Seasons Hotel by occupying over 40 bungalows as part of the Jennifer Aniston and Justin Theroux honeymoon celebration. I didn't even know Jennifer Aniston was married. The filing then alleges that Harold provided Carmel with cocaine and possibly others, sometimes between August 4th, the day Carmel arrived on the island, and August 19th. It talked about that the causes of death, I read somewhere, suit cites a French investigation that found her death was a result of 5 factors: overconsumption of alcohol, consumption of cocaine, fatigue caused by overwork, heat stroke after the fishing trip earlier in the day, and then a midnight swim that she took in unfavorable weather conditions. It seems like the last one was the one that
She
might have
drowned?
killed her. Yeah, apparently. It asserts that the first 4 factors are traceable to the conduct involving the defendants. That's fucking crazy. But, not a lawyer, right? Maybe I'm being defensive because I put my assistant through weird shit, not like this. But if this person is 28 years old, it just sounds like, I don't know, unless, I don't know how you can sue somebody over that.
Yeah, I don't know if there's other circumstances that maybe we're not aware of.
Right. Unless, maybe there doesn't seem like she was coerced into doing these things. Just that
Just overworked.
well, like overwork is, a trip to Bora Bora is like, I would take that trip. If someone said, hey, you have to go to Bora Bora for a week, I'd be like,
Yeah, but if
okay.
she's like
You got to do a bunch of
Cocaine.
cocaine, though.
If she's arranging travel though and is stressing about a bunch of shit, that's not.
I'm
gonna
not
be
saying
fun.
travel's not stressful, but it is one of those things. It's like, it's kind of a stress we accept when we do it, right? Isn't it?
I'm just saying, cut to Ellie right now. She's doing cocaine, drinking beer. She's
Out in the sun.
yeah, like
staring at the
Bernie.
eclipse.
Just waiting for Bernie's to get off the podcast to call her.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I'm worried because Ellie's like sharpening swords now and blacksmithing and all this stuff. She's not going for a swim in a lagoon somewhere, you know what I mean, or something like that. But it's interesting to me the lawsuit was filed over a 20-year-old person dying
Oh.
in what seems like a scenario where you could potentially die if you're partying and swimming and stuff like that.
Well, you can file a suit for just about anything.
It is true. I guess you can, right? I guess you can.
Yeah. Here, let me read this last thing here.
I don't want to be insensitive.
No.
yeah.
And there may also be stuff we're not fully aware of.
It sucks. It sucks when anybody dies, especially somebody so young at 28. But
Yep.
it's a surprise there's a lawsuit over it to me.
I do want to remind everyone this episode of Rooster Teeth Podcast is also brought to you by. Are you sad? Big Ben did chimed for the last time today for 4 years.
Aren't they just going to play a recorded sound though?
I think so.
Is it
Yeah.
because the bells are?
They're having to do repairs, and I guess it's dangerous for the workers to be inside.
4 years?
Yep. So
Can't they just rebuild the whole fucking thing in 4
Do
years?
you know the trouble they went to get the bell up there? They took it all up there
When?
back in the past, and it cracked. And they're like, God, and they had to get it all the way back down, repair the bell, make a new bell. They got it all the way back up there, and it cracked again. And they
That's
just left it.
Everything
But
you described, 2 days.
have you seen the size
Did
of the
they
bell?
get the bell halfway up the tower and then call it a day and then come back the next day and pull it up the rest of
what
it?
year do you think they moved the bell up there?
I don't know. All I'm saying is they could do it today. They could rebuild the whole fucking
Here's
tower in
something you don't
4
understand.
fucking years, Gus.
Here's something you don't understand.
I can learn to repair bells in 4 years.
All of that shit
It's
that you look
historic.
at, all of that stuff
Belongs in a
is
museum.
so damn old. Like Buckingham Palace needs like millions in renovations because it's such an old building.
How old?
Just really bloody
150
old.
years.
What?
Yeah, right?
So
How old? How
18
old can it possibly be?
It's
Something
all
like
like classic shit.
It was built in 1859.
1859.
shit.
You tell me getting shit to the top of a building technology has not progressed in all that time?
Bernie will go out there with his
almost
fucking drones.
200 years.
Okay, so you walk into Big Ben.
Here I am. Let me get this situation.
Elizabeth
I'm walking
Tower
into
versus-
Big Ben. All right, I'm here.
Big Ben is the bell. You walk up there, and you think, yeah, we'll get this done in a week. They're also repairing all the clock faces and stuff, right? We're doing all that shit.
You could
too.
rebuild
Yeah.
the whole thing in
It's
like
actually
8
called
months.
8 months?
Elizabeth Tower.
Yeah. I also heard St. Stephen's Tower. Maybe that's a
What do you
different
mean,
tower.
Big Beth? Can we call it Big Beth from now on?
Did they change the name?
The bell's name is Big Ben. Is what you
Yeah.
said, yeah.
People just call the building Big Ben.
Oh, that's
Fucking sexist.
I don't know. It's like when you say you could fight any animal. It's like, go up there and look at the damn size of everything up there.
They can
It's
rebuild that
mental.
building. They
It's a
can
tiny little, like, it's the size of the tower almost.
Gus,
look up
can you pull
right
up-
now. How long did it take from to build the Burj Khalifa?
I'll look it up, but
Can you pull-
I've been reading this article about the repair of Big Ben. It's been operating for over 150 years, right?
Yeah.
They've done all this shit.
4 years.
They say that now, once these repairs are done, the building will be sound and secure for the next 60 years or so. Why can we only make it good for 60 years?
Can you
for 4
look
years
up
of work.
a
Right.
picture of the bell in comparison to a person? I'm curious to see how
It
big
weighs 15 tons. I'll look it up in a bit.
Oh, do you
what
think
do
they'll-
Oh,
do you
what do
think
you want to
they'll-
know about Burj Khalifa?
Yeah, how long did it take him to build it?
Construct.
Do you think they'll silence the Twitter
Biggest
account of
building
Big
in the
Ben?
world.
You know the Twitter account that just says bong 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 every hour.
that's
Do you
true.
think they'll silence that?
No, that person loves that Twitter account. They're happy with their Twitter account.
It took 1,325 days, which is just under 4 years.
Yeah,
All right. Well,
build the whole fucking thing again. They're repairing a bell in the amount of time it took Dubai to build the Burj Khalifa.
but you've also got to preserve the surroundings. They're not building it from scratch. I'm sure they could whip up another one much faster than save the building and get the bell done good.
Here's why I'm angry. Because it won't take 4 years. I live in a part of town in Austin that is right by a road, major road in this town that has been under construction now for about 2 decades.
Yes.
How long has Mopac been under construction?
It's forever.
It's nonstop. Gus, I go to other cities. I get on a highway that's got 5 lanes. The highway's 5 lanes. It's always 5 lanes. You can't drive in Austin and not get to a part of our freeways that go down to 1 lane. They just do it all the fucking time.
Do you realize that I-35 between this is the local bitching part of the podcast? I-35 between Austin and
That's nothing. I could put a strap on that bell and walk it down the stairs. That's nothing. It's as big as a dude.
between Austin and San Marcos, it's
way
been under
bigger than a
construction for
dude.
25 years.
What's that?
I-35 between Austin and San Marcos, that's been under construction for like 25 years, right?
Orange and white barriers are everywhere in this town, and I just don't see them other places. I'm sure they exist, but they're everywhere in Austin. It's a constant fixture.
That's because you live in Austin. Of course, you're going to make that
I
observation.
also spend a lot of time in Los Angeles. I don't go down. What's this back up for 45 miles? Oh, they took I-10 down to 1 lane or something like that. Never see it. I'm sure it happens. I never fucking see it. I see it every fucking day in Austin. Every single day.
What's the new World Trade Center building called?
Freedom Tower? Freedom Tower.
It took like 11 years to build it.
Well, that was terrible.
It was terrible?
The whole thing was terrible. Yeah.
Why?
Well, first of all, I think it took 3 years to clear the site.
Yeah.
Because it was a criminal investigation as well.
But
And then
then
they couldn't
the site-
decide what they were going to do. Actually, look at the construction. It didn't take 11 years to build it.
Yeah. It took like from 04 to recently, didn't it?
I don't think so.
I'm
I
looking.
don't think so.
Patrick's telling me that new additions to Mopac started in 94.
In when?
94.
94.
It's like when Ace Ventura Pet Detective was out.
What are they? I mean, what are they doing? I see these crews working. They go down one side of the freeway, they tear it up, and they repave it. Then they go down the other side of the freeway, they tear it up and repave it. Nothing about the freeway fucking changes.
You say you want all construction to be
It took
done.
8 years to build Freedom Tower.
8 years to build the Freedom Tower.
Okay, fine.
There you go.
But are you saying you want everything to be...
You could repair 2 bells, Gavin, in the amount of time that it took to build the Freedom Tower.
It's like, you're like, man, I've been living my life and there's always stuff under construction. I will hope it ends soon. It will never end. Everything will always be under construction forever.
Only in
And
Austin, though.
No, everywhere.
Nope.
Nothing will ever be finished.
'Cause
That's
it's
not how the
maintenance.
world works. No one's ever like, and we're done.
Yeah, yes.
No, that's not how like
It-
the
they have to
planet
maintain
works.
stuff.
It's also like airport construction. Every airport's always under construction.
There's
Yeah.
a fucking door in the Austin airport. It's the door I'm talking about. The sliding doors.
Yeah.
They box them off. 8 months ago to fix the door. It's still boxed off to this day, and no one can answer why the fuck.
8 months ago.
How long has that been under
Are
construction?
you
one in
talking about
front
the
of
American
American?
Airlines?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's been like 3 months.
It's been a long time.
No,
It's been a long
It's been
time.
a bit.
lunatic. 3 months. That's why it takes your country 4 years to fix a fucking bell, because you can't keep track of time. That door's been under construction at least 8 or 9 months. A door. It's a doorway. It's a doorway. I mean, the opening already exists.
trying to
You know what
think
it is? They don't want you to use the door because of the fucking AC
Yeah.
in the summer. So they're delaying it until the end of the summer. I guarantee it.
Well, to do that, they always have 2 sets, and they open one door and then the other on the diagonal.
How many times have you ever been to an airport in anywhere else in the U.S. where one of the major entrances is just doesn't exist? Like it's boxed
There's
off.
one
and
terminal.
all shitty and terrible
There's
and
only
everything.
one terminal. Of course, there's going to be a broken door.
I see construction all the time. All the time at our airport. I don't see it. I go to other airports a lot. I don't run into construction constantly in other airports. I run into it constantly in our
It's
office.
it's at every airport. It's constant.
Where am I running into construction? I mean, there's traffic in LAX. but
LAX had
LAX, they
terrible
were
construction
fixing the
forever.
terminals,
Yeah, they were
yeah.
fixing like Terminal 8.
You're also talking about
baggage
Austin
claim.
Airport. It's the airport you go through the most, so of course you're going to see these problems more often than
I don't
like
see them. I'm
JFK.
saying I don't see them at all when I go there.
Because you don't go to
so
JFK
fucking-
every week.
But I see it every time I go to Austin.
Because
So I
that's
should see it every time I go to
that's
JFK.
where you go every damn week.
Because every trip of yours starts or ends in
Yeah,
Austin.
you can't fly anywhere without going to Austin Airport. And
Every
you
time
fly-
I go through Austin, I see it.
But that's because that's what you're.
the
What are you
point.
talking about?
Every time I go through Austin for like the last 5 years, it's under construction.
Isn't it weird that you never see construction at Jamaica Airport?
I don't go
How
to
weird
Jamaica
is-
Airport.
That's why
I
you
go
don't
to
see the
JFK and I never see it. I always see it here and I never see it here.
Unbelievable.
What are you talking about? I have
Okay.
to go somewhere. I don't fucking do a loop around the state and land back
Isn't
in the
it
same
weird?
goddamn airport. I go somewhere else.
Isn't it weird that you only vacuum your floor?
You're an idiot. I land in another place. And there would be construction in the other place at least once. That's all I'm saying. I never see it anywhere.
From now on, you're driving to a different airport first. You can't fly from Austin anymore. You're going to drive to Houston.
In
and
your
you'll fly from
analogy,
there.
I'm getting in my car and driving around my garage and then stopping and getting out and going, I only see my garage. Fucking idiot. Go fix your bell, cocksucker. God, unbelievable.
I do have electric furniture.
I'm done with this.
I'm like sweaty right now.
Let's wrap this up. Thanks everybody for
Can't be in
watching.
the post
Oh,
show.
I'm going to piss my pants.
We'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, bye.
What an escalation.